Hey, welcome to Bahasa Little Project. This is your level 1, lesson 6. Okay, so welcome back to those of you who have learned with us since level 1, lessons 1. And for those of you who haven't and you haven't watched the video from our first lesson, or if you haven't listened to the audio, if you are listening this maybe on Spotify, you maybe want to check our previous lesson first before continuing to this lesson, because obviously you want to build your understanding of Bahasa from the ground up, right? So go ahead, if you haven't watched or listened to our previous lessons, go check it out first before you continue to these lessons. And for those who have studied the previous lessons, now it's time for us to learn more. So far, we have learned some grammar, some vocabulary, some phrases, and some other stuff. And now, again, we will continue to learn some more advanced grammar, vocabulary, and phrases to help you improve your understanding of Bahasa Indonesia. Okay, so before we move on, it is important for me to say that Bahasa Little Project is a project done by X-Space Bali. So if you want to, let's say, buy lesson notes or books, or if you want to contact us for private lessons, you can email us at xspacebali@gmail.com. And also, we would like to thanks our very generous donor who have supported us by donating to paypal.me/xspacebali. And for those of you out there who want to support us, you are also very welcome to donate any amount to paypal.me/xspacebali. Okay, so now let's just move on into our lesson 6. In our previous lessons, we have learned about past tense, a little bit about future tense. Now it's the time for us to learn more and improve our understanding of present tense. Okay, if you remember, in previous lessons, we have told you that we don't really have a strict grammar in Bahasa, but we do have some part of grammar. Okay, and today we will learn about present tense. Okay, what you do habitually, every day, always, or usually. Okay, let's start by learning how to say eat or makan. Obviously, you have learned this word in previous lesson. If you haven't, or if you forgot about these words, go ahead and review and watch some of the previous lessons so you can review again how to say makan properly, how to say eat properly in Bahasa. But basically, to eat is makan. Okay? Repeat after me. Makan. Okay? Makan. So, I eat is saya makan. Okay? Saya makan. Okay? Saya makan. You also want to remember your pronoun. We have learned about this in our previous lessons. If you forgot about it again, you can review. Okay? You can learn back from our previous lesson. So there you go. I eat again is saya makan. You eat is kamu makan. Okay, and what about they eat? Mereka makan. Remember to pronounce the R um, clearly. Mereka. Okay, re. Mereka makan. Okay, we eat is kami makan. What about she eats and he eats? Remember, we don't differentiate she and he in Bahasa. We have explained about this in our previous lesson. So she eats and he eats is dia makan. Okay, so practice that. I think this phrase is very important and can be very useful in your daily conversation. Saya makan, kamu makan, mereka makan, kami makan, dia makan, and stuff like that, right? Because eating obviously is very important for our existence. So there you go, makan. Okay, you are now combining your pronoun with the word or the verb eat. Now let's learn about some adverb of time. As you can see in the video, if you are listening to this lesson on Spotify, you maybe also want to check out our channel on YouTube so you can see the spelling of the word and you can take some notes. Okay, so now we will learn how to say every day. Every day is setiap hari. Okay, let's repeat it again slower. Setiap hari. Again, you want to pronounce the word R clearly. Setiap hari. Okay? Now what about always? Selalu. Okay, selalu. Okay, the normal version would be selalu. Selalu. Okay? The normal speed for every day would be setiap hari. Okay, setiap hari. And the last one would be usually. Usually is biasanya. Biasanya. Okay? Again, the normal speed would be biasanya. Now, what you can do, you can combine the phrase that we have learned just now with the adverb of time. For example, if you want to say, I eat every day, how would you say that in Bahasa? I will give you a couple of seconds. I eat every day would be, saya makan setiap hari. Or the normal speed would be, saya makan setiap hari. Now let's move on to, how do you say they eat every day? They is mereka, right? So, mereka makan setiap hari. Okay? One more time, slower. Mereka makan setiap hari. So again, you want to pronounce the letter R clearly. Mereka, not mereka, but mereka makan setiap hari. Okay? And now you will realize that you can, just like in English, you can put your adverb of time at the end of your sentence, in the beginning of your sentence, or in the middle of your sentence. For example, now, how do you say, we usually eat? Kami biasanya makan. Okay? Kami biasanya makan. What about dia? Or in English, he always eats. Dia selalu makan. Okay? So there you go. You now know how to put adverb of time in your sentences, and you can also already create simple sentences now. Okay? So practice that, and after you have mastered that, we will now move on. Okay, so now we will learn some vocabulary. We will learn direction. Okay, vocabulary regarding directions in Bahasa. So the first one is we will learn how to say to school. To school is ke sekolah. So if you want to say to, and then you have a place, okay, after that, you need the word ke. Okay, ke. Repeat after me, ke. Ke. So again, number one, to school is ke sekolah. So obviously school is sekolah. I think we have learned this in our previous lesson. And number two is to home. To home is ke rumah. Ke rumah. Number three is to office. Ke kantor, ke kantor, ke kantor. And then to airport is ke bandara, ke bandara. And to market is ke pasar, ke pasar. To class is ke kelas. And last but not least is to toilet is ke toilet. Okay, so practice that. Learn to pronounce, the words correctly, so that you can use it. Okay, ke sekolah, ke rumah, ke kantor, ke bandara, ke pasar, ke kelas, ke toilet. Now let's move on. So now we will create sample sentences using what we have learned. Okay, we have learned how to say yes, which is iya, right? And we have learned all of this in our previous lesson. So again, if you don't remember this, go back and study our previous lessons. So number one is this sample sentence. Number one is iya, mereka selalu pergi ke sekolah dengan seorang guru. Okay, you need to first be able to know the meaning of the sentence. You obviously know iya, right? Iya is yes. So iya, yes. Mereka selalu pergi ke sekolah. That would mean what? They always go to school dengan, with, seorang guru, with a teacher. Okay? Now number two, can anybody tell me? Obviously I cannot listen to you. Oh, I cannot hear you. But you can just say it. Can you tell me the meaning of the sentence number two? Anyone? Okay, good job. I hope that you already know the meaning of the sentence number two, because we have learned all the words in our previous lesson. Okay, before we translate the sentence, let's now pronounce the sentence first. Dia biasanya tidak pergi ke restoran dengan seorang teman. The normal speed would be dia biasanya tidak pergi ke restoran dengan seorang teman. He or she usually doesn't go to restaurant with a friend. Okay, and sentence number three. Apakah dia menonton TV di rumah setiap hari? Okay, does he or she watch TV at home every day? Okay, so you want to practice that so you can sound naturally when you are speaking or when you are saying these sentences. Because if you can, you already can use these simple and sample sentences in your daily conversation. Okay? So now is the time to test yourself. Okay, now you can write the answer of this question in the comment box, yeah, below this video. Or if you are listening to this on Spotify, you can go to YouTube and write the answer to this question, so we can correct you if you are making any mistake. Okay, question number one is, how do you say, does he always see an artist at school? Does he always see an artist at school? Number two is, they usually do not buy book. And number three is, I do not study at home every day. There is obviously a typo here, so let me... No, I cannot. But yeah, I believe you understand and you know that you need a space in between every and day, right? But obviously doesn't matter because this is not an English lesson. But yeah, go ahead and try to answer these questions. Okay, translate these sentences into Bahasa and post your answer to the comment section below so we can know your answer and we can correct your answer. Okay, so that's for today. We have learned a lot. So again, email us at xspacebali@gmail.com to buy lesson notes, books, or for private lessons. You can also support us by donating any amount to PayPal. You can follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Bahasa Little Project for additional lessons, and also you can find our podcast on Spotify. Okay, so I hope that you have learned something or a lot from these lessons, and I will see you in our next lesson.